certificate. All right, we are recording. We are good. And hopefully you guys can see my screen. Let me turn on the chat so I can see that as we go along too. Can somebody just type yes that they can see my screen so I know we're good to go? Oh. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, here we go. So today we're going to talk about active visioning to achieve your best life faster. Faster is the key word, right? We all want things to happen faster. And so visioning and doing it the right way can absolutely help us to achieve it faster. All right, for some of you on the call know me well. Some of you on the call do not know me. Maybe you've just heard of me. So just really super quick, my name is Jennifer Dawn. I am a business coach and mentor. I'm also the founder of Best Planner Ever. And if you've gotten your 2019 planner and flipped through the front, you may have noticed that I added a new vision page in the 2019 planner. And some of you might have flipped past it, or not even noticed it, but it's right after those focus wheels. The focus wheels are those big round wheels, and we did a training on those last month. So if you missed that training, you can definitely get access to it, and I can tell you how to do that a little bit later. But we added 2 accomplishment pages at the end of after the focus wheels, and I did that for a very, very specific reason, and it's what I want to talk about today, which is the idea of active visioning. And whether you use a planner or not, this is going to work no matter what tool you use. I really don't care. I do care, of course, but just use a tool that works for you and make sure that you are incorporating visioning into your daily life. Now, before I launch into the content, I want to focus on really briefly why this is important, okay? So no matter what you're doing right now, try and eliminate distractions. I promise I'm going to go as fast as we can, but turn off your phone, get off your email, really eliminate distractions because this is really, really important stuff. The bottom line of why this is important is that what you focus on expands. And when I say expands, I mean it gets bigger. And that's the simple truth behind all of this. So whatever you're spending the most time thinking about is what you're going to get. So think about it like this. An athlete who has won a gold medal, how much time do you think they spent thinking about not winning a gold medal, or how much of a failure they are, or how much of a loser they are, or how they can never do anything right? How much time do you think they spend on that? Not a lot. Okay, because a gold medal athlete spends a significant amount of time thinking about winning the gold medal, and that's why they win it. And it's really no different in your life. Whether you're after a gold medal or whether you're just after a successful business or increasing your income or a healthy relationship or maybe being at your ideal weight, it doesn't really matter what your gold medal is. That's a beautiful thing about success. We get to define it on our own terms. So when you know what your gold medal is, we want to start shifting the thinking around that, because when you spend more and more time thinking about winning the gold, guess what? Guess what? You're going to win the gold. Now, some of these concepts that I'm going to cover today, you may have heard of, and that's okay, because sometimes we need to hear things a few times so that it gets in and we actually start to then incorporate it into our daily life. So come to the call with an open mindset. If you're hearing something again, it's because you need to hear it again. We can know the information, but the difference is actually doing it, all right? Doing it and incorporating into your life, that's where the big difference is going to be made. So let's just take a quick little step back. What is visualization? Just the very basic definition. It's basically a mental rehearsal. So you're creating images in your mind, visualizing, dreaming, okay, about having or doing whatever it is that you want. So if you want to be rich, it's you imagining being rich. If you want to have just this blissed out marriage, it's about you imagining what a blissed out marriage would be. You then repeat this visualization process, okay, over and over again And ideally, you want to do it on a daily basis. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to be doing this 4 hours a day. And in fact, don't be doing it 4 hours a day. Do it for like 5 minutes at a time. You could do it 10 minutes at a time. You could do it 5 minutes throughout the day. That's fine. But the idea is to do it daily, so you start to build the habit. You get into the practice of seeing yourself in this place, or seeing yourself doing what it is that you want to do. You're seeing yourself being successful in whatever goals you have. It is not seeing yourself failing or seeing yourself like, oh, I let myself down again. That's not what we're doing here. We're going to see ourselves being the highest and best version of ourselves that is absolutely possible. Now, the key with visualization to make it work is to always visualize that you've already got it. It's already happened, or it's happening, and that you've already got it, okay? So this is, instead of like hoping that it's going to happen or trying to get up the confidence to be able to achieve it, you're actually going to like leapfrog into the future, and you want to start to live it. You want to start feeling it as if it's already happened. This is really the trick. And it can absolutely be a mental trick, especially for many of us who get so caught up in what is the reality. We think that we always have to, tell the truth, and we should, but, tell the truth. What's the reality? This is where I'm at. I've got to be honest about that. But the beautiful thing about visualization is it lets us kind of step out of all that crap and just really think about, well, what would it feel like if I'd already succeeded, if it was already happening in my life? And the reason why this is so important is that your subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference between real or imagined. It doesn't. So your subconscious will actually act upon, oh, if you just joined the call, please mute yourself. Well, let me mute you. Sorry. If your subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference. And so when you start putting these images into your subconscious of you being successful and doing what you want to do and living your best life, your subconscious is actually going to start acting upon those images. That's why visualization works, because it's like you've already done it, and it almost becomes a memory. You've already done it, and your subconscious will start acting upon those images. The power of your mind is truly, truly magnificent. And the good news is that if you're not good at this, it's okay, because it's actually a skill that you can learn. Nobody is born who doesn't have the ability to do this. So even if you're not good at it, it's okay. It's a skill that you can learn. And you already know that it absolutely works, because think about it. When you get up and you're like, oh, you're having a bad day, and you say, oh my God, I'm having such a bad day. So many bad things are happening to me all day long. Or I'm going to go do this thing and I just know I'm going to fail at it. Well, what happens? You fail at it. If you say you're going to have a bad day, you continue to have a bad day. But the good news is we can flip this, because the same also works for success. So when you get up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm having the best day ever, and you start seeing yourself moving through your life, having the best day ever, everything always works out. There's always enough time to do everything that you want. You're surrounded by abundance. You're surrounded by love, and you start seeing this in your life. Guess what? That's what is going to start showing up in your life. This is nothing new. The highest performing athletes, the most successful business leaders all use this skill. And the good news is that you can too. You can absolutely achieve anything that you desire once you put your mind to work on it. But you have to put your mind to work on it. If you honestly look at your day and you ask yourself the question, what do I spend the most time thinking about? For some of you, that's going to be an easy answer. For some of you, it might be a really hard answer. And there might be a hard truth there that you have to really take a look at. Because if you're spending a lot of your day thinking about really negative, undesirable things, that's what you're focused on, and that's what's expanding in your life. And you probably are going, oh yeah, that is really expanding in my life. And we want to turn that around. When you focus your thoughts, amazing things happen. There is absolutely no question about it. Now, the good news is that focusing our thoughts can be a challenge, right? We all know this. It can be tough to focus, and it can be tough to focus on positive. We seem to just be so trained to, like, a negative thing happens. You can get 10 great reviews and 1 bad review, and you'll lay awake all night thinking about that bad review, right? But this is where focusing and training your mind to look at the positive can make a huge difference. And the good news is that we have a lot of tools out there to help us focus. So let's look at some of those tools that we have. Affirmations, a vision board, a vision statement, and gratitude. And I'm just going to cover these. There are other tools available, but these are kind of four big ones that you really have at your disposal right now. It won't cost you any time, won't cost you any money to actually start to implement these visualization tools immediately in your life. So the first one is affirmations. Affirmations are really just statements that you can say to yourself. Sometimes you say them out loud just to help you affirm whatever it is that you want in your life. Now, you always want to make sure that you're affirming the positive. Keep them short and simple. And if you don't really believe it, go broader. And what I mean by that is, here's where affirmations won't work. If you get up and you're like, let's say money is a problem. And so you get up and you say an affirmation, I am a millionaire. But deep down, your core belief system, it knows you're not a millionaire. And it's going to be like, your response is going to be like, yeah, right. Okay. And so the affirmation starts to actually have the reverse effect. So when I say go broader, maybe right now, you know you're not a millionaire. Okay. But maybe you really love the fact that you have enough money to pay your bills. So your affirmation can be, I always love having enough money to pay my bills. Because your belief system is going to believe that, and it's going to now feel good. I love having enough money to always pay my bills, right? That's believable. That would be a good affirmation. And as you focus on, I always have enough money to always pay my bills, that's what's going to get bigger. Some examples of affirmations, I especially use the time one all the time. And you can get on Google and you can Google affirmations for anything. There's like a world of affirmations out there. So whenever I catch myself going through the day saying, oh my gosh, I have no time today, I have no time today, I will always shift that. And my affirmation is, I have all the time I need. And there's something about just saying that sometimes out loud, I have all the time I need. It just sort of like calms me down. It makes that stress like just kind of dissipate. And it's like, oh wait, that's right, slow down. I have all the time that I need. Maybe if you are walking around going, I'm always broke, you might be able to shift this to, I have all the money I need, or financial solutions easily find me. Great affirmation. Sometimes you need to write these down, stick them on your computer monitor, put them on your dashboard in your car, put them where you can remember them, and you'll know it's working if you feel better. That's it. If you feel better, it's working. If you don't feel better, switch your affirmation, go a little bit broader. Maybe if you're saying, I always choose the wrong people, well, you're probably going to continue to choose the wrong people. You could switch that to, I enjoy healthy and loving relationships, or I am surrounded by love. I enjoy abundance in every area of my life. And just remember, these should absolutely feel good. But what is the affirmation doing? It's focusing your thoughts on the positive elements of what you want in your life. That's the whole point of the affirmation, is to focus you. So this is why it's a visualization tool. All right, the next one is a vision board. Some of you have these. Maybe I'm sure you've heard of them. Maybe you've created one, maybe you haven't. So a vision board, all it is just a tool to help you clarify and focus your specific goals. So it's a visual tool. Usually it's a board. It can be a piece of paper. It can be a binder. It can be anything like that that you want, where you're going to display images or words that represent whatever you want to be, do, or have in life. Okay, you're going to find, for those of you who have a Best Planner Ever, you're going to find blank vision board pages, those first pages at the very front of your planner. Why? So that you can create a vision board of what you want to create for the year. It's images and words. So when you look at it, you're going to focus on what it is that you're after in life. That's why those vision pages are there. Here's an example of one of my vision boards inside the planner. You can see that I still haven't learned how to ride a motorcycle, but it's still on my vision board. I won't be forgetting about it. I have ridden my horse a lot. And me and my husband have gone on many motorcycle trips. And so this is one of my vision boards. And you see how I'm combining words and images together to basically paint a picture of the life that I want to live. So when I look at it, I can then focus and visualize. So again, it's just a tool. If you've never made a vision board, I just want to quickly step through, here's how you make a vision board. First, you get really clear on what your goals and intentions are. What is it that you really want your life to look like? Then you go gather all your supplies, which would be, you know, paper. What are you going to make your vision board out of? Images. What I do is people will use magazines. That's fine. I don't like magazines because I have to like flip through too many pages to find what I'm looking for. So I just get on Google Images, type in what I'm looking for, find a picture I love and print it. Scissors to cut out your images, a glue stick. Then you want to find a nice space, eliminate all distractions, because this is a kind of like a sacred space time for you to really get clear on what you want your life to look at. Find those images, find your words, paste them on the page, and then here's the trick. Put it where you can see it. How many of you have made a vision board and then it ends up like behind a filing cabinet and you find it like 3 years later and it's got dust all over it, right? So you want to make sure that you put your vision board in a place where you can see it. And then what I also want you to do is notice and heal any resistance within you. So as you look at your vision board, you may feel some resistance. And I just want you to be aware of the resistance. And when it starts to pop up, it's like, oh, maybe you're really afraid of something. Maybe you feel blocked around something. Work on healing it. And there's many, many different ways that you can work on healing it. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but it's just noticing that there's some resistance and then setting your intention to move through it. It's not noticing the resistance and then being like, oh, well, see, I failed at this too. That we don't want. All right, so, and then finally, it's see yourself achieving as if it's already happened. So when you look at your vision board, I want you to like step right in there and start to feel it as if it's already happened. That's how you make a vision board. A vision statement is another tool, and it's a written statement that just really defines out what you want to achieve. So the vision board is going to be images, and a vision statement is going to be you write it down. And a vision statement will generally project, you know, into the future. It could be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. You definitely want to dream big on your vision statement. When you write a vision statement, you do it in the present tense. Remember, what we're doing with our visioning is we're pretending like it's already happening or it's happened. So when you write a vision statement, you do write in the present tense as if you're in it right now. Infuse it with passion and emotion because it's that feeling that we want. And of course, make sure that now that you have a vision statement, we can then align it with your goals. And I'm going to include a free vision statement exercise with this training. You will receive. So you can also get this vision statement exercise in my Plan Your Best Life ebook. That's on the website, bestplannerever.com. If you go to Plan Your Best Life, you'll see the ebook there. There's actually 12 exercises in the book. One of the exercises is the vision statement. So you can get it from there, but I'm going to send you the vision statement as a download. The beautiful thing about the exercise, it's going to ask you a lot of questions to kind of get those juices flowing. We get so caught up in the day to day that sometimes it can be really hard to project into the future. And so the questions will start to get your creative juices flowing of what you really do want your life to look like. I say update your vision statement at least every 6 months, worst case a year, but at least once a year, take a look at it and update it. Why do you need a vision board and a vision statement? Well, when you write this stuff down, it actually programs it into your subconscious. So what we want to do with our visualization is we want to see it, we want to write it, and we want to feel it. And that's why the vision board with the vision statement works so well together, because we're seeing it visually and we're writing it down and programming it into our subconscious. We're using those positive affirmations to really feel what it feels like. Finally, one of the last tools I want to touch on is gratitude. Gratitude is so overlooked, but it is such a powerful tool. I talk about it frequently because it's one of the best tools to get you into the right mindset for where you need to be to attract that life that you're after. And with gratitude, you can practice feeling grateful before you've actually received those things. And when you're grateful for them, before you've received them, you will receive them faster. If you've never done a gratitude practice, you can come join our Facebook group, which is bestplannerever.club. If you just type in that URL, it'll take you right to our Facebook page, bestplannerever.club. 28-day gratitude practice. Or there's a wonderful book written by a lady, Rhonda Byrne, called The Magic. You can get it on Amazon for like $7. And there is a 28-day gratitude practice in that book as well. I'm telling you right now, you can shift anything into the right mindset if you use the power of gratitude. Okay, so the purpose of our training today was to talk about active visioning. So let's talk about active versus passive. So active visioning means you are practicing it every day. You are seeing the results of it. You are feeling the power of it. You're noticing things shifting and moving in a positive direction. Passive means you did it once, maybe you heard about it, or you never really do it at all, and then you're getting mad because you're not getting very good results. Okay, this is passive, meaning you know about it, but you're not really doing it, or maybe you tried it once and then you stopped because you got busy or for whatever reason. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to switch from passive into active, and I want to give you some ways to do that, of how we make that switch from passive into active. One of the easiest things is acknowledge your wins. Celebrate them, because what do we want more of? We want more wins. And so we've got to acknowledge them. We've got to focus on them. And in the moment when you're having a win, it's really easy to be like, woohoo. Now sometimes it's easy to just blow by it. And that's what we don't want to do. We want to actually go, woohoo, I'm having a win and I feel really good about it. And I want to focus on how good it feels, so that it's going to get bigger. So acknowledging your wins, which means celebrating your wins. For all of my private coaching clients, this is actually the first thing that we do on all of our calls, is we celebrate wins. Why am I doing that? Yes, it's fun, but there's a bigger, deeper reason. I'm having all my clients do this because it's shifting them into the mindset of looking for places that they've accomplished and done well. We're spending time on those so that we have more of them, so it gets bigger. We're acknowledging the progress because we want more of it. We're getting excited about how far you've come. And so this is one of the easiest things to switch into that mindset of abundance, instead of the mindset of I'm pretty much disappointed all the time. And some of you, I'm sure, have been through this, where you're just like, nothing's going the way that I want it to go. Sorry for the background noise. I just got a shipment of planners delivered into the office. So this is not where we want to be in this space of, nothing's ever going right and I'm disappointed all the time. So this leads me to the number one mistake that I see happening all the time, okay? This is the biggest mistake that people make when they create their vision. So they get all excited, Yahoo, we're gonna make a vision, and here it is, and here's my vision board, and here's my statement, right? And then they sit down and they look at it, and they get really sad, or really mad, or really disappointed in themselves because none of it's happened yet. And so then what happens is that they're focusing on everything that they don't have. And then what happens when you focus on failure and what you don't have? What do you get more of? More failure and more of what you don't have. So it's kind of like feeding the monster. This is the number one mistake. You've got to be able to look at the vision board, but do it in a space where you're focused on how good it feels, and almost tricking your mind into believing it's already happened. Okay? Otherwise, you're just going to attract more of the crap that you don't want. So if you want to achieve your best life faster, you've got to switch that thinking. You've got to focus on solutions instead of problems. Gratitude is great for this. When a problem pops up, if you just shift it to any problem that pops up, if you shift that and say, what am I grateful for about this problem that's come to me? What am I grateful to learn from this? How is this problem helping me grow? It will completely shift you, and the solutions will then start to flow. You've got to see yourself succeeding. You've got to believe it's possible. Cut yourself some slack. Slow down and enjoy the ride, because people, I'm telling you, it's the ride that matters. If you're always thinking, when I get from, I am at point A and I want to get to point B, and when I get to point B, everything's going to be perfect. It's baloney, okay? It's the ride in between from A to B, because when you get to B, you're going to want to go to C, and when you get to C, you're going to want to go to D. So you might as well slow the heck down and start enjoying the ride, because That's where the love is. That's where the joy is. That's where the happiness is, in setting your intention for what you want to create and then letting it unfold and actually creating it and seeing it come into fruition. That's where the joy and the love and the success comes from. Now, some of you, when you think about visioning, you might be stuck. I've been stuck many, many, many times in my life. There are times now where I'm still a little stuck, but I've learned to recognize, ooh, I'm stuck on this, and I back off, and I have my little tools of what I know I need to go and do to get myself unstuck. Now, you might be stuck like way, way, way down. You might be stuck in the middle. You might be just a little bit stuck, but it doesn't matter where you're stuck at. It just matters that you get a little bit of help around it, okay? You don't have to struggle all alone. I used to think I've got to carry the whole world on my shoulders all by myself. I'm the only one who can do this, and it's crap. All right, you don't have to struggle. You don't have to go through this alone. There are lots and lots of people out there who would absolutely, it would be a gift to them to be able to help you, okay? So if you are blocked, if you're struggling, just get some help to work through it. There's absolutely no shame in getting help and growing as a person. There are coaches, mentors, therapists, healers, whatever you need to help you heal and move through things. And as you start the process of visioning, sometimes it feels like a can of worms that you opened up and you're like, oh my God, look at all this. My life is, the life I'm living and the life I want to live are completely different. It's not a bad thing. It's really an opportunity for you to then start shifting into the life you want, but get some help around it. Don't feel like that you have to struggle all by yourself. Okay. In switching from this passive visioning or not visioning at all, or just being busy all day long and never really thinking about your life or just surviving your life, you want to instead switch to the active visioning, where you are an active participant in the life that you want to live and what you want to accomplish and how you want to succeed. And again, if you know me at all, success is on your terms. You don't have to succeed where something to me might be successful. What I want to succeed at doesn't even matter. What matters is you and what you want to succeed at and where you want to put that bar. So in order to switch from the passive, just like a zombie through our lives, to actively creating our lives, you want to first get clear on what you really want. Create a vision board and a statement around it. Remember, it can change. Practice daily gratitude. All right, I'm so grateful that all this stuff is happening. See yourself succeeding. Use those accomplishment pages in your best planner ever. You can just get a blank sheet of paper if you don't have a planner, but in there, if you've accomplished something, like, you won an award and you're so proud of it, take a picture and put it in those accomplishment pages. Handwrite what you accomplished. Put sticky notes in there of what you've accomplished. We want to fill those pages up. In fact, I want you guys like emailing me saying, Jennifer, we need way more accomplishment pages in the planner because we filled up those 2 pages and we need way, way more, okay? And accomplishments, it's again, recognizing, celebrating those wins. When you start to see what you're doing, it's only going to inspire you to go out and to do more. Now, this is a daily process. It takes time. You will not be perfect at it probably ever, okay? So just let go of all that, like, I've got to be perfect at this, because it's nonsense and it's not realistic. You will never, ever, ever be completely perfect at this, but you can get pretty darn good at it, okay? But let go of this idea of perfection. I want you to get messy. I want you to throw it on paper. I want you to not worry that it's not perfect the first time out. The only thing I want you to do is try. This is try school, okay? Just try. That's really all that matters. Keep the process simple and fun, because as soon as it shifts into being overwhelming and a horrible experience, it kind of defeats the whole purpose. Just let things unfold easily and gracefully. I put a little note in here. Don't forget to breathe. Don't forget to meditate if you're a meditating person. Even if you just sit quietly for 10 minutes and clear your mind. But just deep breathing, okay, to move through this. For some of you, it's going to be a breeze. For others, it's going to be really hard to start doing this. So just move through it easily and gracefully as you can. Now, this is just like a glimpse. If you want to dive deeper, we do offer some other resources. This is not a sales pitch. This is, look, if you need some more help, we would love to provide it for you. We are going to be doing a virtual workshop. It starts October 29th, and it's a 4-week virtual workshop. It's taught every Monday, and it's a workshop, meaning it's hands-on. So this is where you can bring your vision board, you can bring your vision statement. We're also going to look at your goals. We're going to dive deep into these things, and you bring them to this virtual workshop. We're all going to come together and we're going to get it done, okay? We're going to get it done. If you have struggle with finding the time to do your vision boarding, to write your vision statement, or you're stuck, this is a hands-on workshop where we really go personal. We're on a Zoom call. I'm sitting there with you. We move through it. We get it done. And you'll bring your stuff to the call, and when the call is over, you're going to have something on paper. You're going to walk away with something that at least is the first version of done. I'm also going to be hosting an in-person hands-on workshop. So I'm finalizing the city. The date should be Saturday, January 12th. It's going to be in Southern California, a 1-day, bring it all in, your vision, your goals, your planner, everything, and you're going to walk out of there with a plan for 2019. I'm also going to do a Saturday workshop in New York City, New York, January 26th. It's a Saturday from 9 to 4. And again, hands-on, bring it all in, and we're going to get it done so that you have a strategy and a plan for your life in 2019. You can do both, absolutely. So the virtual workshop is going to start right away, so you can end 2018 strong and start putting these things into practice. A hands-on workshop, kind of perfect to walk in and really have a plan for 2019 of what you want to accomplish. We also have the Inner Circle coaching program. The next round of circles begins January 30th. Okay, you can find information on all of these on the website, bestplannerever.com. Just click Plan Your Best Life. It'll go right to all the resources that we have available. All right, quick little recap. Active visioning, super important. When you can start putting this stuff into practice, it is absolutely going to help you achieve your best life faster than those who are not doing this visioning process. If they're just surviving their lives, you're going to be surviving over a very, very long time. This is the shift that you want to make away from surviving to thriving, is spending some time doing the visualization, your vision board, your vision statement, your daily gratitudes. That's how you shift from passive to active. That's how you bring that best life that you want to create into you faster. You're going to have a free download and a link to this recording. It will probably be tomorrow in your inbox. You can also come join us in the Facebook group, bestplannerever.club. We'll take you right there. You can post questions in that group. We're super active. We watch the group and we answer right away. Okay, so I am going to stop the recording and we are going to do a live Q&A.